What does it mean to be a Christian in these tumultuous times? I've been asking myself that question since I was a teenager. For years, I came up with a whole list of answers. But as I continued to study my Bible and study the great pilgrims and saints of the past, a simple phrase grew in me as my spiritual motto. To be a Christian is to be in the world, but not of it. To be in the world, but not of it. Where did this phrase come from? I first heard it spoken by my New Testament professor in college many years ago. I've been carrying these 8 words around in my head for more than 60 years, but I still didn't know where the words came from. I decided to use this phrase as my devotional today, but I was hoping to find its biblical origins, if in fact it comes from the Bible. So I asked Pastor Brian for help. Sure enough, Brian answered my question. The phrase first appeared in the Gospel of John, chapter 17. Chapter 17 is a very special chapter in the Gospel because it is part of Jesus' closing thoughts given to his disciples at the time of their last meal together with him in the upper room. It comes as part of Jesus' final sermon in the Last Supper. Let me quote and paraphrase from verses 16, 17, and 18 found in chapter 17. Jesus tells his disciples, "They are not of this world, even as I am not of this world. Rather, they are transformed as holy people and are guided by God's message of truth and love. As God sent me into the world, so I have sent you, my disciples, into the world." So there you have it. It's from John's Gospel. Be in this world, but not of it. These are the words of Jesus in his last moments of speaking with his disciples before his death and resurrection. And clearly these words, the simple phrase, to be in this world, but not of it, describes Jesus in his ministry on earth. He was in a world of utter turmoil and anger and bitterness and conflict. It was all around him. The Roman Empire for the Judean people was a world of hate and violence and turmoil. And yet Jesus rose above that. And he brought us a whole world of transforming power of love and compassion. His life set the example because when he said love, he meant no exceptions. Love thy neighbor means all people, including the outcasts and your enemies. So, be in this world, but not of it. Now let's go to our time. Well, how do we define the social and psychological space that is both in this world and yet not of it? These are questions of Christian discipleship. They're very important questions, and I hope to address them with you in another devotional at another time. Thank you.